What's up? What's up? This your boy JG back with another video on music tips and reviews with JG. Tonight we're going to be talking about the top underrated music producers. So stay tuned. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, to my channel, please subscribe to my channel Music Tips and Reviews with JG. And I appreciate y'all for tuning in. I'm going to try to keep going with this content, this good content for y'all. So just continue to tune in to, my channel. Tonight is an interesting topic because it's a lot of producers in the game that really don't get, all the recognition that they deserve. And we really want to talk about that, while I'm waiting on my good friend Jared to come in. I got a lot of good stuff coming, so please subscribe. I'm still doing the request to react live on my channel every Friday at 8 o'clock, so tune in to that. And also I want to do producer highlight show. So I'm going to highlight a producer, like every week. So stay tuned for that. It's a lot of producers out there that, don't really get their recognition. And I really want to, recognize those people. And also, I'm going to come, more with more video reaction videos. So stay tuned. So, I'm waiting on my good friend Jared to come in into this live. I see one person in here. So thank you for tuning in to this show, Top Underrated Music Producers. So let me know if y'all can hear me good. I know a few people is up here from Facebook as well. So let me know you're in the building. So let me know if you're in the building. I see two people up here. And we're going to get started as soon as Jared get in the building. We're going to get started. Again, please subscribe to my channel. And so you can be updated on all my latest content. Alright? Appreciate it. So I hope y'all had a blessed week. I hope, producers out there, y'all stay creative. Y'all keep y'all juices flowing, with ideas and creativity, because it's easy to lose focus, especially like if you get writer's block and stuff like that. Cool. Especially if you get writer's block and stuff like that, it's hard to, get that creativity. So, just try to stay focused and think of, creative concepts in your music. Don't just write anything, especially songwriters. You have to stay creative, stay on your game, and always be prepared for those opportunities to come. So, those are very important things, coming up as songwriters and producers. We got to stay focused, So I just got a message from Jerry. He's coming up soon. So I just always, on my page, want to encourage you guys to stay focused. Songwriters and producers and creators, to stay focused on your game, because, somebody can always take your spot. Even like in the sports world, somebody can take your spot. So you always got to stay on your game. Always practice, especially if you're a musician. You gotta, stay focused and keep practicing on your craft, and you'll continue to get better. So, yep. So let me know if you're in the building. This should be a good topic tonight, because there's a lot of producers in the game that's, unnoticed, and we want to talk about those, people. So I'm just, lately I just been doing a lot of songwriting and producing, and just trying to stay focused, try to stay consistent. That's the main thing, is to stay consistent and stay networking with people, because you never know, who you will come in contact with as a songwriter producer. So again, let me know if you're in the building. I know it's people from Facebook up here and people from YouTube. So let me know when you're in the building, all right? And also on my page, I'm going to start a Request to React Live. Request to React Live Africa. Because I have a lot of African subscribers, so stay tuned to that as well. I'm almost to 800 subscribers, so continue to subscribe. Tell your mother, your father, your son, all of them, to subscribe to my channel, so I can get to that 1K, so we can, make that algorithm look good. So appreciate the support. Hopefully he'll be up here soon. I know he's busy with certain things, so just being patient. Let me know, let me know if you're producing here. Let me know how many tracks you made this week. Have you written any songs? Let me know. Have you written any songs or produced any songs this week? If so, what type of song it was, what kind of concept. And man, you have to tell me all the details, but just let me know if you wrote any songs this week. Have you stayed creative this week? Those producers and songwriters that's in the building. I see a few people up here now, so appreciate y'all tuning in. Appreciate it. Alright, let me know y'all in the building. Like I said, producers and songwriters out there, if you created tracks this week, let me know. How many tracks you made. We all in this together. I'm all about collaboration, support. We can't, especially as African American creators, we can't put each other down. We gotta, build each other up as creators, support and network, so we can make some hit records. So let me know you're in the building. Let me know, Jared, when you get in the building, when you get on the show. Let me know. And also let me know if you have any issue getting in. So hopefully y'all don't know who this is, like on this Wikipedia. I brought up Wikipedia to bring up a certain person discography. But if you know who this person is that I got up just from this small list, let me know. I see 2 people up here. Yes, you just always got to be creative. Stay with the creativity, stay focused on your craft, and you'll get far as a music producer, music creator. It's a difference between hands-on producer and a person that just like executive produce, like Diddy. He doesn't do a lot of hands-on production, but he's still considered a producer. So it's a lot of producers like that. They just like Quincy Jones. He's the same way. So just got to stay motivated and have a creative mind, and you can get people. You can get people to play. Like if you somebody's better at keyboard, just get them to play the keyboard, and just stay at your craft. It's kind of like a movie director. The movie director doesn't do everything. Cool. Yeah. I sent you the link, Jared. I sent you the link in your messenger on Facebook. So you should be able to get in there. Yeah, Jerry, I sent it to your messenger. So you should be able to get on there. I sent you the link. Again, thank y'all for watching. Let me know who in the building as well. I see 3 people up here. Also, the link to join me as a guest, Jared, is in the comment section. It's also up there as well. I don't know why I can't see my Facebook comments. I'm going to try to get that fixed. Trying to, still learning this StreamYard, so please bear with me. So if you it's on YouTube in the comment section as well, the link, so you can join me as a guest, Jared. So as soon as you log in, you'll see, you put in your name and so forth, and let them know where your mic is coming from, and you should be able to get up here. You might want to get on YouTube so I can communicate with you. Again, thank y'all for joining this show, Top Underrated Music Producers. Still waiting for Jared to come in. Just message me, Jared, if you're able to get in. Hey, what's up, Jared?
My boy, how you feeling?
I'm doing good, doing good.
It took me a second, bro, because I had I'm on my iPad, and when I clicked the link, it didn't do anything. I had to copy the link into the browser for it to work. It didn't work off the link.
So, okay, cool.
Are we here though?
Okay. Thanks for joining me on this show. We just want to talk about these producers that don't get a lot of recognition, and they made tons of hits. The list goes on, and we just want to highlight those people. And I want to start off with a question.
Okay.
I feel like African American music creators. It seems like at a certain point they become irrelevant. How do you feel about that? It seems like other ethnicities. When they create music, it seems like their music is not. It don't become irrelevant like African American creators.
I like it. I like the question. So look, are you talking about producers, or are you talking about anybody that makes music and just the music, the work itself?
Yeah, just the work itself, like the sound, the music, or the in whole, like the producer and the artist.
Okay. So one of the producers that I was, plan on talking about today is, you could say that. What I think it is there's so much emphasis in the black community on entertainment.
Yeah.
That is way more of us.
Yeah.
That are entertainers than it is of them.
Yeah.
So that naturally means that unless I'm really, 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 really working and all I want to do is music and all I want to ever be is a music producer, or that's what drives me as a person,
Yeah.
somebody that looks like me is probably
Yeah.
right outside the door trying to get
Yeah.
in. And
Yeah.
that's just
Yeah.
not the reality of a white person. That's not the reality.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because in our communities when we grow up, we love music. Like that's kind of our safe haven, whether you're a musician or not. So it's like I'm telling you from experience, like no diss on white people, but they don't grow up like that. They don't grow up necessarily trying to be rock stars and athletes and stuff like that. So that's why the athletes burn out, and then it's somebody to replace you. That's just the nature of the American ecosystem. It's set up for us to be shucking and jiving, and until we too old to shuck and jive, and there's somebody else to replace us. So it lends itself to people becoming irrelevant because I think we had this mindset that it's always going to be somebody new, and I think that's why we don't hold people don't hold their value. If I want to put it like that, people don't hold their value because we like, shoot, well, it's going to be a new person next week. There's so many artists, it's so many, and that's just in general. Let alone how many artists, black artists there are right now.
Yeah, so you think this irrelevant?
So many.
Yeah, so you think this irrelevant feeling is just in our community? You don't think it's like, you don't think other cultures feel, Caucasians and, these other, people, do you think they feel our irrelevance, or you think it's just us feeling that way?
I think they have a longer shelf life.
Yeah.
Because I don't think there's as much competition.
Yeah.
I don't think there's as much competition for major white artists as there is for major black artists.
Yeah.
That's just my thoughts. Like I said, even now it's millions of producers, millions of artists, millions of songwriters and everything.
Yeah.
This is an old problem.
Yeah.
This is something that we've been talking about for years.
Yeah.
And just imagine how it is, increased exponentially with the fact that everybody can make beats now. So that means Timberland is like, he's already old, but Timberland got to watch out for me. And I'm old. So you got to watch out for somebody that's 18 and 17 to learn how to make beats on YouTube.
Yeah.
And we just like new things. We just like shiny things. That's to me is a black thing.
Yeah.
It's not a bad thing, but it's a black thing. We like new.
Yeah.
We like new things. Like it is what it is.
Man, I think even though it feels like the game is saturated, I don't think it's really saturated because, it's. I think it depends on networking. Like if you know somebody who's in the industry and you have some type of talent, I think you can make it. But if you don't network, you're not in that circle. You're not in the game. So I feel it's really not saturated if you think about it because even though everybody and their mama make beats in the house, it's still I still feel it's a small circle. So
I think so.
Yeah.
Well, I agree with that. I agree. Like you're not gonna make it. It's like it's an industry. It's just like a job. It's like at a job you kind of get promoted based on your merit. Yeah. But at the same time, that's just only on a certain level. Yeah. So there's only so far that that's just like your talent. So there's only so far that your talent will take. So once you get to that level, it's like, okay, once I get to the point where I'm confident in my talent, now it's time to open some doors. Now it's time to unlock some doors, and that goes for any industry. Yeah. Like you can be the best store manager ever, but you ain't gonna be a regional manager. You ain't gonna be none of that unless you know some other regional managers.
Yeah.
That's gonna happen.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Yeah. And I thought I'd start off with that question because a lot of producers on this list that I have, some people might think they're irrelevant now, but they still have a large influence on the game.
Mm-hmm.
So the first one I wanted to start off with, I don't know if you, I got Dallas Austin.
Okay.
I feel even though he get his recognition, he still don't get the recognition like Jermaine Dupri or Doc Child or people like that, because some people are known as super producers and some people are just known as hit producers, and I feel Dallas Austin, he don't really get all the recognition for like the TLC and Monica and stuff like that.
Amazing songs.
Yeah.
Amazing. I was actually gonna put Dallas Austin on my list.
Oh, okay.
I thought about it. I was like, okay, let me dive a tad bit deeper, because Dallas is one of my favorite producers, man.
Yeah.
And I could definitely agree with underrated, or even like maybe even a better word might be underappreciated.
Yeah, that's the word.
Because that goes to back to what you were saying about how we just kind of, we become irrelevant or we lose our value. When you say irrelevant, I mean irrelevant to to popular culture.
Yeah.
Because I don't know what Dallas Austin is doing, but I'm sure that he's doing something that is relevant to something that is big. I just don't know what that is at this point.
Yeah.
But as far as in his normal capacity that we know him as, maybe you could consider him irrelevant.
Yeah.
But the man is a beast. I mean, anybody who's producing at 15 or I think what they say did was it TLC is 16 years old or something like that.
I think Boys and Men, Another Bad Creation, all those.
Definitely. Okay, another Bad Creation.
Yeah.
And then TLC. I'm not sure which one came first. They were around the same time, 92, 93.
Yeah.
And I was definitely gonna put him on my list. He's one of my favorites, man, because of those what is it, like diminished chords?
Oh,
you don't hear nobody using diminished chords, but Dallas Austin.
And I think today's music, they missing that musicality in the music, like I say creativity, because Dallas Austin, when he first worked with TLC and he tried to put their songs on the radio, like they were like, what's this sound in the background you putting in there? Like that don't
samples and stuff.
They're like, we ain't gonna play that on radio because it just sounds weird, it sounds different. And that's what makes you unique, as a producer. And and I think my favorite song he produced is Creep of TLC. I love the trumpet. That's real memorable, real classic. Sound.
Signature.
Yeah.
Signature, man. Like so, and that's really what you got to have as a producer.
Yeah.
That's like what you're saying about different is half the battle. I always say different is better than good.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Different beats good. It's a lot of good producers.
Yeah.
It's a lot of good producers, but when you're different, when you have something that's unique, whether it's sound selection, whether it's the rhythms that you choose, or the patterns, you can win.
Yeah.
Of course, it is about the networking, like you say, but once you have something unique, and when you come through the door, it don't sound just like everybody else, you're gonna have a better shot. Now you might get some doors slammed in your face, like the radio thing, when they like, man, what the fuck is this? Like, what is this? What is this? What is this trumpet sound? Like, what is this? These grunts and samples in the background. I thought we was making R&B, and you got weird sounds in the back. Like, what's up with that? But eventually, especially if you can get an artist, a young artist, or if you happen to be a bigger producer and you got some kind of muscle behind you, and you can snatch up an artist and be like, look, this is what it is.
Yeah.
It might sound weird, but trust me.
Yeah.
Everything sound weird at first. Like everything, a lot of things that we love sound weird in the 80s. But now they're just a part of our, the fabric of our lives. It's like they were weird. They were weird in the 80s.
Yeah.
But that's because everybody was making weird 80s stuff. So now somebody makes, when Michael Jackson makes Thriller, and it doesn't sound like computers,
Yeah.
It's weird.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It stands out. Once you can, that's what people don't get. They only look at things in like a present day context.
Yeah.
And you almost
Yeah.
got to look 5 years in the future. If a song you making now, do you think it's gonna work 5 years in the future? If so, put it out.
Yeah. Yeah, I think a producer, Dr. Dre, he said, you shouldn't put things in your songs, like even lyrics, things in your song that, is really dated. Like
Right.
saying like an iPhone or something like that, because maybe later on that iPhone might not be relevant later on.
Right.
So you have to put stuff in your music that's not dated, that stands the test of time. So
Exactly.
yeah.
Go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
Yeah, and that's a lesson to a lot of songwriters. Be careful what you write in lyrics, because it can date you. So like get jiggy with it. So
that's a smash. Look,
it's still a smash though. Yeah, yeah.
But again, it's not like the coolest record in the world. It's not a record. It's not a record that I'm pulling up at a party, unless I'm making a joke.
Yeah.
And that was actually that was like my first album that I bought.
Yeah.
The first rap album that I ever had was Will Smith, whatever album that is, Big Willie Style.
Big Willie Style, yeah.
That was the first album that I had as a kid.
Yeah.
But the dating thing, we was talking about Drake the other day, and Drake does a really good job at not dating himself.
Yeah, that's true.
He does a really good job, and it's like that's how he's able to stay relevant. You listen to the music, it's like the sound, the team that he selected. Just everything. The production team, the writers, whoever's around in the creative process, the producers. He's made a lot of producers famous.
Yeah.
And what do? They get famous, but they always come back when it's time for Drake to do an album.
Yeah.
They always come back. Boy Wonder, T Minus, Wonder Girl. I think they're all from Canada. I think Wonder Girl's from Canada too.
Yeah, a lot of them from Canada. Yeah, Wonder Girl, dope.
Those are three of the biggest producers in the last 10 years, and they all from Canada. And there's more than that, So, but he doesn't say things like he doesn't get too specific with his words, and I think that's a kind of a characteristic to pop success. Is leaving the details out.
Yeah.
It's like the details you get, the more detailed you get as an artist, the less popular you are.
Yeah.
Kind of like Michael Jackson made "Man in the Mirror." Like it's not really specific. It's just like "Man in the Mirror." Billie Jean is not my lover. It's like it's not specific. It can mean anything.
It got different meanings. Yeah. Different. Right. Yeah. Well, multiple meanings. Yep. And somebody shout out to my dad. He in the building. He said he said to me, it is how much capital you have to be movers and shakers.
I agree.
It had to do with money as well. Yeah.
I agree. I agree with that.
because it's a lot to do with that, because you have to have money in order to push your music, point blank. So
you gotta have money to push. You gotta have money to push your own brand. In 2021, think about it. A lot of people just go to studios and book time.
Yeah.
If you come to Atlanta and you say, I just want to book some studio time and I just want to cook up, and I want to either cook up with an artist hopefully somebody walks past my room. It just happened the other day. Like we was in the studio yesterday with a young cat who's on Summer Walker's label.
Okay.
And we're about to work. We walk into the studio, and it's 3 rooms. The first studio is a cat that we've been working with, a piano player, but he's an intern at the studio, but he's dope on keys. So we just like, hey, come on in the studio. So we walk past him. I'm walking in with the artist, and he's playing. He got a MIDI keyboard, and he's just in there playing in between whatever work he's doing. Like I say, he's an intern, so he's playing. And the dude walks in, the A&R. The A&R is coming in with the artist, and the A&R is like, who's that? You know him? You know him? So he just in the room. He just in the room with no artist, just him vibing out on keys. And the guy walks past and was like, "Yo, let me get your number, man. Blah blah blah. We gonna link." I'm like, "Yeah, we work with him all the time." You know, because we just happened to find out that he played keys.
Yeah.
He just be playing keys. So if you want to book some studio time and it's $80 an hour,
yeah,
you better have a job.
Yeah, yeah, that's true.
3 hours, that's $250. So if you want to be seen, if you want to be heard, if you want to run ads, if you want to buy VSTs, anything to level you up as a producer, a brand, influencer, you got to have some kind of money, even if it's just you having a 9 to 5 and you spending $100 a week on equipment or on running ads or on T-shirts that say JG, like whatever it is, man. Like, you got to have a little bit of money. People be scared to spend bread, so I agree with your dad on that.
Yeah, you got to invest in your craft. Yep.
Got to.
Yeah. So, what producer you got on your list to start off with?
All right, so man, it's a. I got about 5 producers here, and I'm about to say you can put. Can you pull up stuff? You can pull up like the.
Yeah, I can.
Wikipedia like you had up. Okay. I just want to know.
Yeah, I had it up. Yeah, I'm gonna bring it back up.
All right, cool. So first on my list, the first name that came in my brain when you said underrated, is Mike Dean.
Mike Dean. Oh yeah, he worked with Kanye West. Yep.
Mike Dean is the first name that came to my brain. I was talking to my brother about Mike Dean. It's like Mike Dean. Anybody who's relevant in 1992 and still relevant, like super relevant, not like, oh yeah, I got a couple little side projects. Like, no, I'm on Untitled. I'm at the top of the charts. In 2021, Mike Dean is like 50 years old.
Wow. I see he started from 92. Wow. I didn't know he was out there then, all the way back then.
Yeah, because Mike Dean produced Scarface's, if I'm not mistaken, Scarface's first few albums and the Ghetto Boys. And if you look at all that stuff in 93, 94, 95, 96, most of that is Ghetto Boys.
Oh, yeah, UGK.
Yeah, most of that is Ghetto Boys, UGK.
Oh, yeah, so Scarface.
Dean, Yep, exactly.
Yep.
And Kanye, which I don't really rock with Kanye that much right now, but I respect his brain because Kanye had to be a student of the game to say, I want Mike Dean to work on Dark Twisted Fantasy. I think that was the first time they worked. I'm not sure. You can look at it right there.
I see College. I see College Dropout. He was on College Dropout too. Yeah.
Oh shoot. Okay.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I didn't know that either. So for Kanye to get Mike Dean on College Dropout, that means that he's a student of the game. That means he had to know about the Ghetto Boys albums and the Fix, which is later Scarface, but like he had to know that you did songs for Willie D. But Mike Dean is a beast, man. Mike Dean is a beast when it comes to sound design.
Oh yeah.
And I watched, if I'm not mistaken, I watched the interview with this young lady, and she did the music for Halo or Call of Duty or something like that.
Oh, okay.
I can't remember which one it was, but it was something like this is like in the last year or two. So it might have been Call of Duty, some video game that sold 80 million copies or some ridiculous, some ridiculous number. And her mentor, Mike Dean, is her mentor. Wow. So, and that's what I think that's because he's so into the hardware.
Oh yeah.
He's so into the analog synths that
that's why that's why Kanye in love with with his production, because Kanye is like out the box. He thinks out the box. He don't think like my favorite Kanye track is Diamonds. The way that sonically sound is like incredible.
It's crazy.
So
it's crazy. So and that album is my favorite Kanye album to this day. Like I still listen to Kanye, and I listen to Donda, and I listen to some other things. Mike Dean is on Donda.
Yeah.
So that it just shows you like how important he is to Kanye, because you do not have to use the same producers.
Yeah.
It's 2021, bro. You do not have to use the producers you used on the last album.
Yeah.
I can use a whole new set of producers and be good.
Yeah.
Beyonce does it. Beyonce does it every time, bro. She uses new producers on every album.
Yeah, I noticed that. Yeah, I noticed that on her last few albums, she used like, producers that you don't hardly hear from. Like,
it's different people. It's what is the word? I wouldn't say no name, but just obscure producers, especially in her world, in her part of the culture. But Mike Dean is a beast with those synths, and I don't know for a fact, but I would imagine that's what he's bringing to the table. Outside of just his mind, he's bringing some synth sounds that unless you got a lot of money, you don't have a JP. You don't got a JP80. Yeah. You don't have them mini moves and mini Voyagers and stuff like that. Like I got a MIDI keyboard in here and a couple little cheap Casio keyboards from the 90s. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But if you got Dark Child, look at their rooms, man. Like look at Dark Child has hundreds of keyboards in his studio.
Library.
He might have one sound. He might use a keyboard for one sound. But that $5,000 keyboard gave him that one sound that created a hit record.
He said, I remember Dark Child said the boy's mine. He just used a little toy keyboard he had a long time ago. And it had that kalimba, that sound, that like xylophone sound.
Oh,
and his dad came down and said, keep that, you need to keep that. Cause Dark Child said he always keep, doing track after track and he don't stop. And he said, and he said, I gotta go back to that one. And then that made him a hit. Boy is mine. So
exactly, bro. Like I'm understanding more. I mean, I understood maybe like a year ago. I started kind of picking up like, these cats. I was in the studio with the dude with Kenny Bartow from the Justice League.
Oh yeah, Justice League.
Shout out Kenny, and formerly of the Justice League. So we at his house, and I'm just looking at his his synths. He got a couple of synths. He probably got way more than that, but he had one that was right next to the keyboard. So I'm like, oh, okay, you must use this a lot.
Yeah.
But he was like, it's just I might find one sound. Mm-hmm. One sound will change your life.
Yeah.
So if you buy a $5,000 keyboard, if you have the money to do so, and you get one sound out of it, and you get a major placement, and you make $50,000 on that major placement, like good. But that's the investing. That's the investment that we talk about. Yeah, you gotta pay. If you pay musicians, and you pay them $10,000, a lot of musicians, but if you pay them $10,000. And you get a check that's $100,000 for this album that you put so much music into. Yeah, so it's worth it. You won.
Yeah,
you 10 times your investment.
That's the thing. You have to research your craft and really discover what keyboard makes this sound that you really want to go to that that future sound. That's what Michael Jackson did. When he worked with his producers, he told like Dark Child to go out and take a bat and it hit the glass and all that stuff. And so
really, okay.
He told
you gotta realize.
Yeah. So the next one on my list is Dre and Vidal.
Ooh, you nice, man. You switching my brain up. Keep going, bro. Go ahead.
Because they came out of Philly under the Jazzy Jeff, group, and they was a big part of the Confessions album, and a lot of people a lot of people give Jermaine Dupri a lot of credit for that album, but they had a lot of good tracks up there as well, classic tracks. So,
Dre and Vidal, I was gonna say they do Fantasia. Dre and Vidal did. They didn't do Naughty Girl. Scott Storch did Naughty Girl.
Yeah,
they did. Dre and Vidal, because I know they had some monsters.
They did a lot of Jill Scott, Getting in the Way. They did Butterflies for Michael Jackson. Yeah.
That's man.
Yeah. They did Superstar for Usher. So, and that's a good thing,
It's a big album.
It's important, you learn an instrument as a producer as well. So you can be versatile, and you don't have to depend on somebody else, to play this instrument, play that instrument. But that's how Dre and Vidal is. One of them is strong on drums, and then the other one is strong with melody, and that's kind of like with Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis as well.
Correct.
It's like
Terry Lewis is the pen.
Yeah.
The pen and the melody, yeah.
Yeah, so I feel Dre and Vidal, they don't get a lot of credit that they deserve, as producers, because they done a lot of hits, like even hits that we haven't talked about, they've done. And they really, they did co-produce Love for Music Soul Child as well. So
all right, so I'm about to look, man. You making me change. I'm gonna throw some wild cards in here, but you're making me think to a different place, a place that I understand, but a different place. When you say Dre and Vidal, okay, so look, can I get my next one?
Cause I had a lot of producers on my list. I got so many, like you. I know you probably got a lot too.
All right, so look, Dre and Vidal, that's good. That's education for everybody out there.
Yeah.
Because yes. Do they have Beyonce stuff? Dre and Vidal?
I'm not sure. I gotta look at the discography. Okay. They might have some Beyonce stuff. Yeah.
All right. So my list next on my list now. It's a what you call it? An audible. Tim and Bob.
That's what I had too. I had Tim and Bob.
I know he got Dre and Vidal. I know he got Tim and Bob.
Yeah, I got Tim and Bob.
And Tim and Bob, they come up under Dallas Austin.
Dallas Austin, yep. That's why I was going to mention too, yep.
Crazy drums.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't even know they did I'm looking at it right now. They did My Man.
Uh-huh. Yep.
Well, Bob did my Man for Tamar.
Tamar Braxton, yep. Bob Robinson, yep.
That's a record right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, just like you say, unique. Like when you think about like Slow Down.
Mm-hmm.
Like a record like Slow Down, which is like one of those cornerstone Tim and Bob records, right?
Mm-hmm.
It don't sound like nothing else.
Yeah. Like when I first
nothing else that sounds like that.
Yeah, when I first heard Tim, he said when I first heard the beat, I thought he was saying when he said Tim and Bob on the beginning of the track, yeah. I thought he was saying Timberland, because it sounded like a Timberland type. But then,
right.
I learned more about production and stuff like that. And then I learned about Tim and Bob. And, they introduced that Asian R&B sound, that
Correct.
everybody, yeah.
They just started it off sound like it's about to be the preview for Mulan, but it's a Bobby V record.
Yeah.
They got all the little.
Yeah.
I was like, what?
Yeah.
And then you go, boom, scat. I'm like, what in the world? Again.
Yeah.
Like, that's the thing. Like when you make beats, when you talk about being relevant, I mean, they sold 500,000 albums. It's like, I don't need to be relevant. I'm relevant forever.
Mm-hmm.
once I'm on 500,000 albums sold, I'm relevant forever.
Yeah.
Not 500,000, 500 million.
Mm-hmm.
500 million. Correction.
Yeah.
So once I'm on that many albums, bro, it's like I'm lit.
Yeah.
And I think it's important to mark your territory, kind of carve out a sound.
Yeah.
Listen to what everybody is doing, and I just heard somebody say something about this yesterday about creating a style.
Yeah.
Listen to what everybody else is doing. Pull the part that you think you can do well from that.
Yeah.
And then block everything else out.
Mm-hmm. That's
you know
good.
what I'm saying? To do something completely different. Like take the part, you know you cold at drums. And you know if anybody needs you to do trap drums, rock drums, R&B drums, you can make it happen.
Yeah.
Take the drums, go hard at the drums, but then all the other sounds eliminate from your brain and kind of go cold. Like go cold into the melody. Or bring somebody on to do the melodies. But you're gonna work on the drums, like what you were saying. You're gonna work on making sure that your drum programming is ridiculous. Like don't sound like nothing. And I think that's how they are able to stand out. How your Manny Freshers are able to stand out because nobody else does drums like that.
And since you said that about drum programming, I was thinking about Jazzy Faye because he's another producer. I heard he taught Brian Michael Cox how to use the MPC, like really, learn how to program.
He's still using it today.
So
he's still using the MPC today, which is not a bad thing because if they got new MPCs, I think he's using like a 2000.
Yeah.
But hey, if it works.
Yes.
Man. Drums are drums.
Yeah.
Like kick snare hi-hat is a kick snare hi-hat. It don't matter what time it is.
Yeah.
So
Tim and Bob, it's just they sound, it sound full. And I think they learned a lot from like Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis. They say, they really influenced them. As far as the ambiance and the sonics of their sound, it's really like different from other people. Like if you listen to like Tamia So Into You, like the way that guitar is in there, it sounds like a keyboard guitar, but the way they programmed it, it's.
But it's so wide open, bro.
Yeah. But it's just like a memorable melody, and that's what you have to remember as well. That's you gotta make something memorable in your track.
Say it again, bro.
So.
Like how do you manage that if you're a producer, right?
Yeah.
You Tim and Bob, you James Gilmore, you know what I'm saying? You whoever.
Yeah.
How important is it? This is how important is it? And how do you go about? This might be a side question. How do you go about creating a memorable melody? Because it's like memorable is only one thing.
Yeah.
Either you remember it or you don't.
Yeah.
So
that's true.
how do you approach that when you sit at the keyboard, what I'm at right now, and you come up with a melody? Like what is the thought process from a theory perspective, from a non-theory perspective? Like what is the thought process?
Yeah. You just gotta study the past as well. Like you said, you borrow certain things that you love. Maybe it's like you had the melody Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. You can, change a note or something like that and create your own, melody. So it's awesome. And as far as Tim and Bob as well, Thong Song, they was big for that track. And Thong
retarded.
Yeah.
Key change, dog.
When they go
a key change, bro.
Yeah.
And that, not even that kind of. I mean, it's, what kind of song it is, but just a key change in a 2000s pop song.
Yeah.
When the Thong Song came out, what, 2000?
Yeah, 99, 2000. Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
So key changes were not really a thing.
Yeah.
They were. You know what I'm saying? They were in the past, but then it's like in this period of time, there's not many songs with key changes. Definitely not dance records. That's a
Yeah.
dance record.
Yeah. Yeah. True.
So that's
Yeah.
epic. Like that inspires me, man. That's like, yo, you look to your partner like,
Yeah. And I forgot what sample they used for that track. It was an old. I forgot the name of the guy, but it's a sample that they used
oh,
for
the
that.
don't
Yeah. Yeah. But it got an actual guy to play the violin. I forgot his name. He used to play. He played a
on
lot.
top of the sample.
Yeah. So, and then going back to Slow Down, they used a sample from Last Samurai movie, the soundtrack for
For the
Slow
intro.
Down. Yeah, for the intro. Yeah.
Like when I told you this song is Mulan, bro. It's all like
Yeah,
Black
yeah,
City, Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. I'm like, yo, these dudes are different. And the
yeah.
main thing that is I mean, like I say, you have sounds that people are not using, but you're smart enough as a musician and as a student to know what might translate because
Yeah,
you studied the past. Like you say, you gotta study the greats so you know what they did, what worked, what the
yeah.
connection is between what Jermaine Dupri did, what Timberland did, what Quincy did. And saying like, okay, well I know it's 2000, it's not 1985, but what did
Yeah,
they do in 2000 that it's only 15 years apart? So what
yeah,
did they do back in the 80s that worked? What
yeah.
kind of keyboards, what kind of melodies were they jumping around? Were they going
Yeah,
up in scales? Were they real loud? Were they like whisper melodies or whatever?
yeah,
And being able to combine that with some ridiculous drums
yeah.
that
True.
go crazy in the club.
Yeah, yeah.
Because the drums are, that's what somebody just said that the other day. The drums, he said the drums changed, but the
Still the
melodies
same.
kind of had a potential to be timeless. Like drums, there's not really many timeless drums outside of like samples, like
Yeah,
James Brown, you know?
yeah. And I feel now they're going back to that '80s that '80s sound as far as the drums and stuff. But it's kind of like going back and forth. Like, as far as like Bruno Mars stuff is like '70s, and then
Yeah.
some of the real big pop songs is like the '80s as far as the melody. But the
The pop
drums,
records, like
yeah,
pop records for
yeah,
sure.
yeah. But the
Like the
drums is
Weeknd.
yeah, like the drums, they have to add that trap element, to make it relevant.
They gotta add some crunch to it. Like you can't be in 2021 and really for the last 20 years, maybe 15 years. Like you just can't have
Yeah, this trap
drums.
thing.
Your drums gotta be definitely for trap. It's
Yeah,
definitely been 10
yeah,
years
yeah,
minimum.
yeah,
So your drums have to sound like familiar.
yeah, yeah,
So if your drums are familiar, because people
yeah,
react to drums, like people
yeah,
remember melodies,
yeah,
but they react to drums.
yeah, yeah. They
Drums make
rap
you dance. Drums make you dance, but like you remember.
the beat, the rhythm.
You remember that.
Yeah, but the drums make you, yeah,
The drums are the unsung hero.
yeah. And then they came back. Yeah, and then they came back with "Tell Me," and that was ridiculous.
Bro. Hey, man, they're different, man.
Yeah, that
But
"Tell Me."
I gotta say,
I could go on and on about that. It's just ridiculous. But
it's a I'm not gonna call it a formula, even though I do think that's what it is. I think it's more so just an understanding, man.
yeah,
Like some
yeah,
people are musical geniuses, man. Some
yeah,
people are prodigies. But if you're not a prodigy or a musical genius, you have to strive to have a deep understanding of what you're doing.
yeah,
And I think Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis have a deep understanding.
yeah,
Now I know for
yeah,
a fact they're not necessarily playing everything. It's not even about that.
yeah.
Like you were
About
talking
that,
about
yeah,
when I first got on here.
yeah,
It's not really about that.
yeah,
Because my OG, who is he plays saxophone for the SOS band.
Oh wow, cool.
Been playing for years, for
Wow.
forever. And he told me that Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis they might lay the idea down, right? At the
Mhm.
crib or at the studio the day before, or a couple weeks before. But then after that, man, they dip.
Yeah.
Like he said he was like, man, you liable to catch them and they out there in the lobby shooting pool,
Yeah.
drinking, doing whatever. Like they already carved it out. They
Yeah.
carved out how they want the song to go.
Mm.
And then they let the musicians fill in the blanks.
Yeah, and I heard that about Babyface too. Greg, what's it? Greg Philippine? I forgot how to pronounce his name, but he used to play for Michael Jackson. He used to play
Okay.
for Michael, and he said he used him for a lot of keyboard stuff on his tracks
Mm-hmm.
because he was like, I play. He was like, I play keyboard, but if somebody else can play it better than me, why not hire them? I had the money now. I made the hits. So
It's a
I might as well
no-brainer.
get I might as
It's a
well get
no-brainer.
somebody else. So
That's something that you have as an upcoming producer. You gotta understand, like just anybody. You have to understand that it's not about how much you can do on your own. You get no. Mike Will said that you don't get no awards for that.
yeah, yeah,
There's no Grammy. There's no Grammy for solo producer.
yeah. That's true.
There's no Grammys for like he played everything. Prince
No.
don't have more Grammys than anybody else because of that. That's not the
Yeah,
reason he has the Grammys.
yeah.
It's his brain.
Mhm.
It's his
Yeah,
ability to say, okay, well, you gonna play. I play everything. But
yeah,
I bet when you go see Prince, it's all kind of people on stage behind.
yeah. And that goes
Same thing
along
with
with
Babyface.
yeah, and that since you said about that, Quincy Jones,
Yeah.
he surely didn't play the stuff on Thriller and stuff like that. And so
No.
that leads to my next producer, Rod Timperton. Rod.
Ooh.
I tried to say
Icy.
I tried to say him for last, but I said since you was talking about
Icy. Brother
I,
Rod.
yeah, I feel
Okay.
he's underrated. Everybody give credit to Quincy Jones for being behind Michael Jackson, Thriller, and Bad and stuff like that. But I feel Rod Timperton, he's the architect of a lot of those songs, like even Off the Wall, Thriller, all those songs. Get on the floor, all
Did he
those.
do Lady in My Life?
Uh, I gotta look at the list, but I think some of the songs Quincy and Michael did themselves, but a lot of the leading songs I think,
Yes.
uh, yeah,
Yes, he
Rod
did.
Temperton, yeah,
He did.
yeah, I
It's
can tell by the
surprising.
chord. Yeah, I can hear the chord structure. It sounds like Rod Temperton. Yeah, yeah,
When I that's the man, that is hands down my favorite Michael Jackson song of all time. There is no question.
yeah,
There is no debate for me. Like that is my favorite Michael Jackson song because they got an unconventional structure, and you're a
yeah,
piano player, so
yeah,
chord harmonically. That song
yeah,
makes no sense.
yeah. When you said later in my life and I heard the chorus, I said, yeah, that's Rod Temperton. Yeah,
Yeah, when you
because
hear that,
yeah, yeah,
nobody's writing like
yeah,
that except maybe like a Stevie Wonder. Stevie's
yeah,
probably the only other person that would write that.
yeah. And then to get off the wall is crazy too. That song. And then he wrote
Goodness
always and
gracious.
forever for Heat Wave.
Heat
So
Wave,
yeah,
and he wrote most of Heat Wave. So I feel like he wrote Groove Line too
yeah. He probably
for
did.
Heat Wave. I mean,
Yeah, Heat Wave.
Rod
Yeah.
Timberton is nasty. Like when I think about somebody like a Rod Timberton, those are lyrics. Not even lyrics. Let's not talk about lyrics. Those are melodies
Mhm.
that just are they penetrate. You know what
Mhm.
I'm saying? They
Yeah.
penetrate your soul. And it's
Yeah.
almost like he's. I gotta go back and listen to some more Rod. I know Rod wrote a lot of stuff, so but just
Yeah.
to listen from an academic
Mhm.
perspective, from a research perspective, because those melodies, like, why do they stick like that? You know what I'm saying? Why do they stick like that? But it's like it's almost like writing.
Yeah.
Like who was I talking about? Like Maxwell.
Maxwell.
Like, I don't know what. I mean, not saying he's writing all that stuff, but I'm saying I don't be knowing what Maxwell be talking about. Just keeping it real. I don't know what he's saying all the time.
Yeah, I'll be the same way too when I listen to it. I'm like, I like the melody, I like the song. Yeah.
It's the same. I compare Maxwell and Michael Jackson all the time because I don't know what they're talking about. But when I read it, the lyrics are fire.
It makes sense.
The lyrics are fire, and the melody is like it don't matter. It don't matter what he's saying.
Yeah.
He got a whole song, his most popular song from Love and Basketball. You don't know what he's saying.
Yeah.
Until you read it.
The only song I know is the one R. Kelly wrote, which is "Fortunate." That's the only.
Fortunate.
Yeah.
Clear, right?
Yeah.
It's very clear. It's a different type of.
Well, we can't talk about it. Let me stop.
That's backing off.
Well, that's another topic. I want to talk about. Is like, should we get rid of R. Kelly's catalog? Man, should we still celebrate it in the future, or because of the things she's done, or
Don't try to get me canceled on here, man.
but that's for another show. I want to discuss. I ain't gonna get you the answer though. Yeah.
Don't get me canceled on here, man. But what was I about to say? You talking about Rod Timberton, like those melodies.
You said, let me go back to Rod Timberton.
That's the R I want to talk about. But like the melodies are infectious, and it just got. Is Rod Timberton from the United States? He's from like.
He's from overseas, like London or something like that.
London,
I forgot where he's from. Yeah.
Right. So to me, I could just be making this up. Yeah, Rod Timberton he's an English songwriter.
Yeah, English. Yeah.
So I could be wrong.
Yeah.
But I think there is. So like a Max Martin, right?
Yeah.
You ever seen that? There's a documentary out, and it talks heavily about Swedish producers.
Oh yeah, I saw that on Netflix.
On Netflix, Swedish producers and how they, how it's like this little pocket of Sweden, just like the Africans run.
Yeah.
Or not the Africans, the Kenyans and the Ethiopians, I think, are the ones that are the runners. It's just certain countries, 2 countries. So in Sweden, you got this little pocket of amazing top producers.
Yeah, I think it's called start with a C. I forgot the name of the record label, but a lot of them went there, like Backstreet Boys and Britney Spears. They traveled over there to that record label. I forgot the name of it though.
Yeah, it'll come up.
Yeah.
But I say that to say, I play with a band every weekend, and we're playing all these old songs or whatever. And you just hear certain melodies, and I think this is just me saying this now. The Brits, the people from London, the people from Sweden, the people from some of these other countries, there's a delicateness delicateness that comes with their music that doesn't come with our music, so to speak, which is rightfully so. Yeah. But think about it. The United States is very much so high stress, high violence, high money, big on war, and big on church, right? Yeah. So those are like the things that make up the United States: religion, violence, and money. That's like the holy trinity of America: religion, violence, and money. Yeah. Those are aggressive things. Like you don't get money by just saying, "Oh, okay, I'm just gonna make some money. We're gonna go outside and it's gonna fall from the tree." You gotta be like, I gotta grind. I gotta get on the subway. I gotta go meet this person. I gotta go invest and learn about. It's aggressive. It's an aggressive thing. We live in an aggressive country. So I think when you have like Paul McCartney, John Lennon, Rod Timberton, what's the guy I was just learning about the other day? It's a cat who did He didn't do Old Town Road. He wrote the stuff for the BTS.
BTS. I'm trying to think.
The K-pop band.
Danny. He was
a regular name. It was like a super regular name. Like
it was
Danny
before.
Johnson or something.
Yeah. It was before like Max Martin. He influenced Max Martin stuff.
Yeah, he's older than Max Martin, but he's still working on BTS, the biggest pop group in the world right now. So I say that to say those people from overseas, man, like from other countries that are not as violent, they had this softness that comes through their music.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like you got a Elton John.
Yeah.
His music is not violent and angry.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I feel like there's a difference. Like you look at Charlie Parker and Coltrane, what did they do? They was trying to get away from the United States and go to France and study over there.
Yeah.
Because you get a certain kind of sophistication. That's my dad's favorite word. You get a certain kind of sophistication over there. Over here, bro, it's guns and butter, bro. It's guns, that's it.
Yeah.
That's it. So we don't get to relax.
Yeah.
So we get the Shaka Khan's, boom, 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 boom. But we get the angry music.
Yeah.
And when I say angry, I ain't saying the lyrics, but I'm saying we get aggressive rock music. And over there, they want to make pop music. They come over here and they they get the Royal Queen music.
Like,
that's where I think it comes from. I told when I was teaching, I did a lesson on the national anthem. You know, the United States national anthem is very violent.
Yeah.
The words.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I'm saying from the first verse, verse, and the second and the third, violent, bombs and blood and guts and all that.
Yeah.
Listen to the Jamaican national anthem and see how violent it's not.
Yeah.
Listen to the British national anthem. It's called God Save the Queen.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like these are very non-threatening people. So when they come over and write pop music, they immediately stand out. It's like, oh, I like the way this makes me feel.
Yeah. It's so melodic. Yeah. It's so melodic.
Safe.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so aggressive.
And like, you know, and like a lot of people, they see music through colors, and I see music like that sometimes, like in colors, like, you know, when you think of that type of music, you think of like green and yellows, like it's real bright, and then you think of like, you know, our music, like African American music, through the struggle and all that stuff, real dark.
It's
and like
brown, it's purples,
browns,
yeah. You get it, like, it's different. Even Stevie Wonder, like, I mean, everybody's gonna hear different things. Everybody's gonna see different things. Like, even like a Stevie Wonder, like to me, is like a navy blue. Yeah. I mean, see that, right? But it depends. It depends on the record. It depends. Some records he's very light. And 9 times out of 10, those are gonna be the bigger records.
Yeah, I do see a lot of purple. A lot of his ballads is like purple. Yeah,
purple,
like
blues and stuff like that.
Like lately, like you think of that song, it's real. It's dark, but it's still melodic. You know, like real melodic.
Yes, and that's the balance. That's where the colors. That's what that changed the shade. It's like the melody tones it down a little bit.
Yeah,
the melody throws the white in there.
Yeah.
Like if you got black, the melody will change it from black to gray. It's like a John Lennon.
Yeah, and that's what we learn. Like, and that's what we learn. Like releasing tension in music. You don't want too much tension. You want to release, you know. And I feel that, you know, like in Babyface music, it's like it's tension and then it resolves, you know. And he used the same progressions. A lot of the big producers, they use the same progressions. And they create hits off those progressions. So, So what's your?
Don't try to save the world. Don't try to save the world with the music.
So what's your third producer? I think you did. I think you did too. Yeah.
I did too. Yeah, I had Mike Dean, and then I had. Oh, I did Timber Bob. That was a unexpected one.
Yeah, I already did 3. Yeah.
Next on my list, man, is Daz Dillinger. Daz Dillinger, the famous Daz and Corrupt. Man, goodness, I can't say enough good about that.
That's a new one for me. I would think like Battle Cat or DJ Quick. I wouldn't think Daz
yeah, Daz to me is like the West Coast, the West Coast sound. Like I say, I know everybody got their multitude of people. You know what I'm saying? Their multitude of people that make their sound.
Yeah.
So if you're from the West Coast, you might know. Yeah. The West, Daz, Dre, Quick, Battle Cat, Warren G.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's the West Coast that I know. And Daz to me gives you the party music.
Oh yeah.
It gives you the boom chat. That 100 beats per minute, 105. Let's play house. Like he give you that kind of bounce. That Dre. I mean, Dre stole a lot of Daz. I don't know if he got paid for him or anything, whatever, but takes credit. Let's call it takes credit. Official credit for Daz Records. Daz made what was it? He made Let's Play House. He did California Love, if I'm not mistaken.
I didn't know he did a lot of production.
Did California Love,
I didn't know he did a lot of production. That's a surprise.
He did all of it. All of Tupac.
Wow. I thought he was just a rapper, you know. That's crazy.
Right. So Snoop, I just saw a Snoop video, and Snoop said that's Snoop's cousin. Daz is Snoop's cousin.
Oh wow.
So in the song he says, I told Suge to go get Daz and go get Pop. And I told Daz to lace him up. That's what he said in the rhyme. I told Daz to lace him up. So from the beginning, it's been Daz and Pop. Wow. It's been Daz and Pop from day one.
Wow.
Hey, hold on, bro. Take me off for 2 minutes. I'll be right back. If it's okay. Take me right back.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right.
I'm coming.
All right, so we had a good conversation. He had to leave for a moment, but thank y'all for tuning in. We had a good conversation. He's coming back in a few minutes, but we had it's amazing how these producers, really get into their creative juices, and they really make things happen. And so we thank Jared for being in here to talk about, these underrated music producers, because they do need more credit than they do, have gotten. So we're going to wait for him to come back in. Appreciate y'all. Let me know if you're still in the building. So we're going to wait for him to get back. Appreciate y'all. Appreciate y'all for tuning in to the top underrated producers. But going back to Rod Timberton, a lot of people, you just got to be humble in the game, and you'll get the recognition, because he's done a lot of hits, but he's getting his credit now. I feel he always got his credit. And some producers, they just like being behind the scenes. Like even like Daryl Simmons with Babyface. You know, he wrote a lot of the hits, but you know, they enjoy being behind the scenes. So. So let me know, you know, any underrated producers that you think should be on our list, and we'll shout you out, and we'll mention your, you know, producer that you mentioned. Again, thank y'all for tuning in. We might do a part 2. We don't know yet. We might do a part 2, but thank y'all for tuning in to this program, this show. Like I said earlier, we had almost at 800 subscribers. I'm almost at 800 subscribers. So thank y'all for tuning in. Thank y'all. Think he'll be back in a few minutes. Again, thank y'all for tuning in. Thank y'all for tuning in. Let me know if you're in the building. Thank y'all for tuning in. Appreciate it. Thank y'all for sending y'all comments. And if you want to support me, my Cash App is on the bottom. $ J Gills VA. So if you want to support me financially, you can send that. And also, please subscribe to my channel. Music Tips and Reviews with JG. We're just waiting for Jared to come back. He had something to tend to. So thank y'all for listening. Are you ready to come back? Oh, okay. Okay.
All right. Sorry, guys.
Oh, you good.
Can you hear me?
Oh, yeah, I can hear you. You might need it just for, you know, so the echo, you know, when I play it back, when it go back.
Okay.
Okay. Again, thank y'all for tuning in to the top underrated music producers. Really had a good conversation about these producers. Yeah. So we're gonna go ahead and go to the fourth producer. Can you hear me?
Yeah, it was it's loud. I had it cranked up with the AirPods, but these are a little better.
Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and go to my fourth producer.
Let's do it.
I think Chef Crawford should be on this list. Chef Crawford.
Man, come on, man. Come on, James.
Yeah.
You ain't gotta hurt him like that.
And so, Chef Crawford, a lot of these musicians, they come from the church. And Chef Crawford is one of them. And also, he worked a lot with Monty Jordan at the beginning of his career. And they wrote a lot of records, like Nobody's Supposed to Be Here for Deborah Cox. And that track, if no other track is church, that's church right there. And so
yeah, just straight
all that
super choirs and everything.
Yeah, and then a lot of people don't know he did Incomplete for Cisco.
Yep.
He did
What's his joint? Did he do same script, different cast?
Yeah.
For Whitney Houston or
Whitney.
Deborah Cox was on there too.
Yeah. And so he did We Can't Be Friends.
We Can't Be Friends, yep.
Yeah. And yeah. And then when you talking about production, you know, those songs are real production. It's like from beginning to end. Like like even the small things in the music makes the song, you know, really build and really have a storyline, you know. Even if you strip the lyrics out and you just play the music, it shows you, you know, something different from beginning to end. It's like a story. Right. And I think we're missing that in today's music. You know, people just use loops and that's it.
Agree.
You know.
I agree. I think the world, you know, it evolves how it evolves.
Yeah.
But there's a need, like it's like this is how I look at it. When you look back on life, you know what I'm saying? Like my homie was like, man, we always talk about March Madness, right? Future, the Future song, March Madness, cool song, epic song. If you even want, you know, whatever you call it, what you want. But it's like when I look, even though it's not my childhood, which you gotta recognize too. But at the same time, when you look back 40 years, man, I'd be like, yeah, I get it, but I'm not really about to turn it up to March Madness. So when I'm how old am I? 34. When I'm 74 years old, I might look back and be like, yeah, March Madness was cool.
Yeah.
But there's certain other songs, like even now, you know, I look at a song like Love and War.
Oh man,
Love and War came out when I was like post college, maybe a year or two, maybe 1 year, I don't know, out of college. And it's like it stands out. It's a song that you gotta respect.
Yeah. And rest in peace to.
I don't have to respect March Madness. Rest in peace to
Big Shiz. Big Shiz, yeah.
Right. So I don't have to respect March Madness. Like I lived it. I was there.
Yeah.
I was there. I experienced March Madness in all its glory.
Yeah.
But we need some songs that really like mean something.
Yeah.
That have words that mean something, that have chords that mean something, because man, I know it's a lot of trap music right now. I know that's the world, but it's like the world isn't really it's hard to say, like the world is not, I don't know if the world is responding to anything that is related to the world.
Yeah.
Does that mean, my bad? I don't think the music is responding to the world.
Yeah. Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
It's like when rap music first was created, at least this the story, this the what you call it, the legend. When rap was created, it was like, yo, I see a nigga that just got shot on the street. I see people selling dope, like Nas looking out the project window. To this day, Nas is like project window and da 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 da. So the trap guys are, to me, it's just not as real. And we know hip hop has gotten extremely watered down. I'm not one of these guys that think everything has to be real. But when it's real, it's like you got people who they're reporting. You report in the streets, and the producers are producing the music that goes directly with that. You know, and I think when they had better stories to tell, you got better music.
Yeah.
But nowadays they're getting away with some BS. So the producers, like myself, I know, like, we've been in these sessions, bro. These producers don't have to do nothing but take a loop that somebody that, like you, genius, made, and throw some drums on it. There's no storytelling. There's literally no storytelling in the music.
Yeah.
The artists might be telling some story. They might still be reporting from their hood or their life experience, or the church. If they report from the church, then somebody's probably telling a story. The story, the audio musical storytelling is not there because it just don't have to be. And I don't know what needs to happen on this large blue planet that we live on to make the storytelling important. but something needs to happen because I don't know what is going on. I don't know what people are talking about. It just seems like we just saying whatever. I'm in the sessions like we're just saying whatever.
Yeah. It's just
Whatever needs
like
to be said.
it's like that's the frustration I get with like people like Chris Brown. It's like at the begin at the beginning of their career, it's like they really was focused on destruction, the storyline of the song. Now it's like, all right, let's make a quick hit. I'm already famous, so whatever my name is on it, so it's gonna be a quick hit. Yeah. Instead of making a classic song like Kiss Kiss, like that's a classic song.
Oh my God.
And I saw your comment about that song, like melodically, like, and that's.
I was going through. So, not to get too far off subject. I mean, it's music, but we were in the studio the other night, and we got into a heated debate, but it was fun, which I enjoy. I really enjoy those. Like, I don't want to disrespect whoever you love. Like, if you love Chris Brown or if you love Beyonce, cool. Let's just have an argument or a debate about the facts. You know what I'm saying? About the whatever we can be facts. Like, we know opinions. I like this, you like this. But we got to talk about Beyonce and Rihanna and all these other singers and Chris Brown or whatever. So I'm like, I left the section and I went and listened to Beyonce on Apple Music. I just went back. I mean, I already spent a day with Beyonce, which is all I need to do. I spent a day with Beyonce a couple years last year and went through every album.
Oh yeah.
I don't think the Lion King album was out at the time. But every album before Lion King, I listened to every single record just to kind of see the progression and see whatever. So I did the same thing with Chris Brown. I've already done it. And I did it again. I went through the hits or the essentials, which is
I know that took 2 days. Them last two albums.
I don't even see the thing. See, but the thing is, I don't really care to get all the way through his catalog. Right? I don't really care to hear all of it because he dropped them long albums when I moved out here. Heartbreak on the Full Moon and the one that came before it was both really long albums.
Yeah.
But I just went and listened to his music, and I was like, "There's the storytelling, it's not there." But I was listening to Kiss Kiss, and I was like, "Oh my God!" Like some songs just they hit you. It's like, yo, I remember exactly what I was doing. I remember playing this in the band in 06 or 07, whenever we played it. And it was like, yo, this is a song. Like the bass line, the chords, T-Pain's verse is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like T-Pain's verse is hard as hell, dog. Like just the way not people in the I'm like, yo, this dude is too hard.
Yeah.
So it's like those kind of songs like that level of detail, the level of detail that a T-Pain gives you.
Yeah.
And the writing.
Yeah, we gotta give credit to the engineers too. The way they really bring those things out. Make them pop out. As far as lyrics.
It's clean. Yeah, it ain't. He's not doing that on his own. Shout out to our engineer Zay, IB mixing.
Yeah.
The greatest, the GOAT. Man, we can't do nothing without Zay.
Yeah.
It don't nothing move, and I'm glad to see that I've seen artists shouting out their engineers, man, because these artists, ladies and gentlemen, they come in the studio and they and they make sounds.
Yeah.
They make sounds. Some of the sounds you understand.
Yeah.
Some of the sounds you don't.
Thank God for templates.
No, the engineer will say I forgot who said that. I don't know if it was 21 Savage.
Yeah.
It was somebody. He was like, man, I don't be counting bars. I don't be knowing nothing. I just be in there doing whatever. And the engineer will say, okay, boom, this is 4 bars. This is 6. This is 8 bars. This is 12 bars. Boom, boom, boom. Click, 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 click. All right, next.
Yeah.
And because they are masters, bro.
Yeah.
The good engineers are these rappers, bro. They're not masters. They haven't mastered anything.
Yeah, like they not under that artist development thing like they used to. Like where Dr. Dre had to show Snoop how to, write 16 bars. Because Snoop, he just freestyled. But he had to learn how to structure songs. And then 50 Cent, he had to learn that from, like, Jam Master Jay and all those people. Really how to, and, 50 Cent became a master at hooks. If you listen to his songs, his hooks. Yeah, his hooks, even the hooks he wrote for the game, even though the game, did what he did.
It worked out.
Yeah. So, but the songs that we know from the game is the songs that 50 Cent wrote.
50 did, yeah, for sure.
The hooks, so.
Because 50, again, he mastered something. Now, 50 is not the greatest rapper ever, but it's like some people are good at hooks, some people are good at melodies, some people just have unique voices.
Yeah.
Some people are not good at anything. And, I mean, musically, like your Nick you might be able to do something else well. And the engineers put it all together.
Yeah.
So, like, all these producers we're talking about, like, some of them are just really, really, really good at pressing buttons, drums.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them are good at orchestrating people.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them are decent, I don't know. But then the engineer brings it home. I don't think the engineer ever had to work as hard as they do today.
Yeah. So, yeah, you're right. You're right about that. So, what's your fourth producer?
All right, so I found some new guys, man. I found some new people, man.
So these kind of producers that's out today.
So I know you know one of them. You might not know the other one, but I know for a fact. I hope you know this one that I'm about to name right now. Next producer is D-Mile.
Oh.
I don't say nothing else. But
you might have made me close.
Can you please for me and the people who are watching and the people who will watch, can you please pull up a few of his songs, like just on the Wikipedia. Just pull up
if I bring up this, wow.
Just pull up a couple things like
her, Bruno Mars. See. Oh, there you go.
So while he's doing that, the first, it's so many things.
Yeah.
But the first thing that comes to mind recently, which is always dope to hear artists that you love, and then realize what we've been talking about for the last 2 weeks is that, bro, the producers are everything. There is no artist without the producer. There is no music industry without the producer.
Well, I didn't know he.
There is no music industry without the producer. So keep going. Okay.
I didn't know Molly did. I didn't know he did Molly Music Royalty. I didn't know he did that track. Wow.
Now, I don't even know what that is, but I'm sure it's fire.
Molly Music. Yep. I'm grown.
You look at the Ty Dolla $ign L.A.
Wow.
Ridiculous song. I think that's the intro. Is L.A.
Wow.
My God. Right. Okay. What do you get? What else we got? We're gonna get to the stuff.
All the Ty Dolla $ign stuff. The Carters, Boss.
Yep. Okay.
Oh, I didn't know he did "Whoa" for Snow Allegra. I didn't know he did that track.
My God. Whoa, bro. Tell me something that feels like whoa, bro. Like what feels like that? You can play that in a club. You can play that in the crowdedest trap club.
Yeah.
Everybody will immediately turn into a lover boy.
Yeah. Like you play like that in like a lounge. That'd be
Man, come on, dog.
Yeah.
Victoria Monet. Most of the project. That's like the whole thing. Dive is crazy. Big Boss is crazy.
Forever Valentine. Wow. He did Forever Valentine. I didn't know that either. For Charlie Wilson.
These are ridiculous songs, and then I don't know why I don't see the Lucky Day.
Yeah, Her. He did Her, Damage.
Wait,
No, he did. No. Cardiac did that. No, Cardiac did.
Oh
Damage.
man, I was about to. Bro, wait. Did that say leave the door open?
Yeah, he did leave the door open and skate. Yep.
Hey bro. After this interview, after this, I'm not producing no more.
Yeah,
I quit.
And he did 7th Street. I don't know if you heard her new album.
I haven't. I heard I heard the song with Chris Brown. I think I heard one more song. I haven't heard the whole thing.
Yeah, this song. Look up the song called "Taboo" after we get off. That song incredible too. Yeah, he produced that.
I'm trying to see what is. Let me see.
Well, it don't have all the songs he produced. It's just like the top.
Oh yeah,
songs.
non-comprehensive.
Yeah.
So
Lucky Day. I can go to Lucky Day.
Yeah. So if you look at Lucky Day, he produced the entire
Painted
album.
DJ Camper too. Yeah.
Yeah. A couple of songs. Oh man, another one.
DJ Camper.
But he did every song on the project.
Yeah.
And Painted is arguably the best R&B album that we've gotten in a long time.
Yeah.
It's debatable.
Yeah.
It's debatable.
Yeah. And I was kind of.
Go ahead.
Yeah, and I was a little disappointed in her album. I was kind of like a little bit like I think she the last one, Back of My Mind album.
Back of My Mind. Okay.
With Damage and all those songs, cause I feel she could have stretched herself a little bit more, like a new sound. But I feel I know what they're trying to do. They're trying to get her in a certain style, sound, so she have her own personality. Mm-hmm. So I see, I see where they're going though. Yeah.
But bro, I'm gonna go ahead. This is what I said. I said this on Facebook a few months ago.
Yeah.
I don't think, this is my opinion, I don't think there's a better R&B record that really made noise. It's a million songs. But an R&B record that made songs, that charted, that's better than Roll Some More. I don't know one. In the last 5 years.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know a better R&B record than Roll Some More. Yeah. The whole album is incredible. And to say it's been produced by one person, y'all see the names, y'all can see that. It's one guy. And DJ Campbell, of course. Shout out to Campbell.
Yeah, and they, all these producers are hands-on producers. They not like D. Mile. He plays a lot of instruments, like bass. He's beast. Yeah, so
he's a monster, man. Like if you make R&B music or want to make R&B music, you have to listen to this guy.
Yeah. And
I'm like, this guy is the only person I know that's really using horns.
Mm-hmm.
In a major way, you know what I'm saying? Not like a sample, but actually like programming horns and using musicians outside of starting five. But you know what I'm saying? Like just like you
you gotta put your play.
Shout out to us. But just when if you hear a song and it's got some horns in it, it's R&B.
Yeah.
At this point,
DJ Campbell got a few. DJ Campbell got a few of them with horns too, but I
got so much respect for both of them. Like we talked about Love and War earlier. I got so much respect for Camper changing the landscape, like changing the sound of R&B with one record.
Yeah. Focus was crazy too.
Another like. All right, guys, we're doing. All right, guys, we're doing this now.
When I first heard Focus, I was like, this track is crazy. Like, who would think of like a harp like that? Like, it's crazy.
Well, I hope he figured the lawsuit thing out, but.
I didn't know about that.
You didn't know about that?
I didn't know about the lawsuit for Focus.
Oh, that's beautiful. Oh, okay. So I don't know if it got resolved or settled or anything. I have to look it up. But last year, sometime during the pandemic, it came out that he stole. We gotta air quote stole because people say steal and they really don't know the kind of agreement that these people had. So he used, let's use the word use, the arpeggio, the little harp thing.
Yeah.
And he got that from a dude on Instagram.
Wow.
It's a piano player on Instagram, and he had like a warm up, like a piano warm up, and he was doing it on Instagram, and Camper was like scrolling through the gram and was like,
yeah.
And it's identical, bro. Like it's the same thing, except he was playing piano.
I heard that about a Tank song too, a guitar solo.
Sure. Yeah, I'm sure that's why I don't be liking people to come to the studio sessions, because it's so easy to hear something and run with it. And because of who you might be or who you're working with, your song might come out before my song, and it's just like stay in the lobby, bro, because people be stealing. So he took the song. Actually, no, I'm tripping. The case did get settled. I think it was I think they had to pay like $1 million.
Mm-hmm.
So they had to pay that dude $1 million
for
that song. Her got sued too. They was both in the lawsuit. Her and Camper were in the lawsuit together.
But the thing is, they still get money off the track. So
yeah, I mean, I'm sure it's not that big of a deal. It's just crazy that sound is so central to it, and it was literally like, oh, I'm scrolling the gram. Oh, can you play this? Or I'm gonna slow it down and I'm gonna throw it in there and I'm gonna change it to piano. Like,
yeah, and I ain't gonna talk about Dr. Luke. He stole so many. I don't know if you heard about that.
I don't know all the Dr. Luke slander.
Well, look that up on YouTube. He stole a lot of stuff, but really? that's a different subject.
I'm gonna say that's for another day, but we can rap about that at some point.
Yeah, but I'm gonna put in a rap producer. I did a lot of R&B producers, but since he from my hometown, I gotta give props to Bink.
Ooh.
Bink is.
I wasn't expecting, I originally had another VA cat on my list.
Not,
but he had. I didn't. Not.
Yeah, not.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Nas did a lot of stuff. Nas did a lot of Busta Rhymes stuff.
Right.
But
Nas is hard.
Yeah.
Nas is very, very hard. See, it's something. Look, something in the water, bro.
Yeah.
But y'all got something.
Yeah, but going back to Bink, like, I think he's one of the architects of that Rockefeller sound as well, like with the samples, and I feel he don't get a lot of recognition for the Blueprint album, cause he did a lot of records on the Blueprint album as well.
Yeah, he did the first song. Right? He did Take Over. No, he didn't do Take Over. He did the All
I Need.
He did All I Need, but he did one of them songs at the beginning of the album. Not Take Over. Take Over is the first song.
Yeah. No, it's I forgot the song on that.
Whatever that first song is.
I gotta look that up. Let me look that up right quick.
My computer's acting up, but the Take Over. I think Kanye did Take Over.
Yeah, Kanye did Take Over. Yeah.
But it's another song, and I really feel like it's the first song on the album that Big did.
Yeah.
Jay-Z got some guys, man. He got some guys, like even like Tone and Poke, which is not on my list, but they should be on my list.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I had Trap Masters on my list as well.
They deserve to be there.
Manual Seal.
Oh man, come on, man. Come on, man.
We might have to do a part. We might have to do a part. We might have to do a part. We might have to do a part too.
You got all the guys, You got all the guys.
Yeah. So
right now, I was actually, when you said Jermaine Dupri, I was actually, we were talking about Manual Seal. Me and my girl was talking about Manual Seal the other day.
Yeah.
Watch some of his YouTube videos and some of his interviews.
Yeah.
Man, that's the thing that people don't understand, man. You need every every story, every King story, multiple pieces, man. And it's not the stories might not be as entertaining.
Yeah.
But we like the King. We like the King stories. We like the Diddy stories, but we don't like the Moby stories. We like the Diddy stories, but we don't like the track. We don't like the Tone and Poke stories. We like the R. Kelly stories, but we don't like the Tone and Poke stories. We like the King. We like the.
And there was a big part. Yeah, and there was a big part of R. Kelly's all them hits.
Exactly. So that's just a message to everybody that everybody has a team. Jermaine Dupri don't make Confessions without Manuel Shields.
Yeah, or Brian Michael Cox.
Exist.
Yeah.
It doesn't exist without them. You know?
Yeah, he did. He did the Rulers Back for.
There we go.
That's the first.
That's track 1.
Yeah, Rulers Back. Then take over. Yeah.
He did Take Over too.
No, I'm saying that's the song after that one. Take Over.
Okay. I knew Take Over was number 2.
Yeah. And then Izzo. Yeah.
He did Izzo.
Yeah. Then I didn't know Trap Masters did Jigger that end.
Yep.
Jigger. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. So
that clap.
Yeah.
That's the Trap Masters clap in that song. That's their signature. That clap. Song.
Yeah.
That signature Trap Masters clap is right there.
Yeah. So shout out to Bink, VA. Yeah. So, and he did.
He beat hard with the Justice League, man. And I think like those are my guys.
Yeah.
I understand though. I think Bink was a little salty, and I get it. Yeah. So when you feel like somebody is again stealing, when you feel like somebody is stealing your sound, you're gonna be salty.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like you have a crush on a girl. It might be your girl.
Yeah.
But then when she is no longer, she might not be your girl no more, and somebody else got her.
Yeah.
So you salty. You want to throw salt on this game, and you want to say, "Hey, well, his shoe's not as clean as mine, or his drum's not as clean as mine."
Yeah.
And I think that's what happened with the Justice League thing. I think a lot of times older cats want you to pay homage to a certain extent.
Yeah.
But the reality is a lot of times people don't really be stealing. They just do sometimes people just do what they do. They combine their influences. And they might not even know that, like Justice League, I mean, I would imagine they did, but their stuff sounds like Bink. It sounds like Bink 2.0. And that's what he said. I think people would be wanting their respect, man.
Yeah, but I always love Bink's drums though, with the sample. Like his drums be clean though, like
incredibly crispy though.
Yeah. Like I heard sorry.
All I Need.
Yeah, like Sorry Miss Jackson, like
he did that.
Yeah, he did. He did Miss Jackson.
He's killing me right now. He's killing me.
Mr. Cheeks. Yep. He did that track.
That one. I thought you was talking about Outkast.
Oh, not Outkast.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, okay, yeah, they did. Sorry, Miss Jackson was their production.
Yeah.
Duo or whatever, but Lights Camera Action.
Yeah, Lights Camera Action. Yeah, that's the name of the song. Yeah.
Ridiculous.
Yeah.
Stupid. Like even like you say like All I Need like it's crispy, man.
Yeah, them hits.
That whole album is crispy.
Yeah, and that's another important thing about hits in a song. Like the hits. Like a lot of people just do loops and stuff like that, but like if you listen to like DJ Camper, like it's just not like a loop. You know, he had hits and he do chord changes in his hits. And I think a lot of these producers need to learn that. Like, it's not just to do a song, but you have to have certain things in the song. Like, after a certain amount of bars, you have to have a change, a chord change, or something like that. You know.
There's so there's value. There's value in that.
Yeah.
And I think we have there's millions of producers, like I said earlier. Go on YouTube, you got producer grind and producer culture and all these things because it's a lot of producers that want to get better and want to watch interviews and want to watch you and want to watch us talk or whatever. It's a lot of audience out there for that. But the thing is, and a lot of producers are really good and they're really technical. Like cats, I think, are getting very technical.
Yeah.
But they're not. I don't know if they're getting better at music.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like I think I see cats doing automations and all kind of stuff with their beats.
Yeah.
But it's like, yo, if you just had a real person play it, or if you learned a little bit, you would have you would have a little more value. I listened to a Stevie Wonder song the other day called "Blame It on the Sun." Right? It's on the album The Talking Book, and the song is just like you feel like when it come on, you just feel like it's a regular Stevie Wonder song, like any other one.
Yeah.
And it's like the chorus just changed. Like he's a master of that.
Yeah.
He's a master of instead of going to 1, I'm gonna go to 2. Instead of going to 1, I'm gonna go to 3.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just because that's his style. So it's just you just literally on this journey. You never really sit down.
Yeah. Like a Dr. like a Dr. Adams arrangement.
yeah, exactly. So it's like, you can walk around a track. You can walk around a track, and that's just really what music is. A lot of music is today. You just walking around the track.
Yeah.
Walking around the track. But Stevie Wonder is like walking through the forest, bro. It's like walking through. You might trip over something. You might hit a tree. You might see a squirrel. You might see a fox. And that's how his music is. Right when you feel like it's about to be, oh, it's the same thing. You like, oh, I'm gonna go down. I'm gonna go there.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go there. You never get to sit down.
Yeah.
You never get to sit down, and you don't always just come back to home.
Yeah.
Like home for Stevie Wonder is different than home for Quincy Jones.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I feel you on that.
And I think, like the hit that was talking about, man, I was listening to that song and Blame It on the Sun when the hook drops, or blame it on the sun instead of I blame it on the sun and making that one. That John was like, I blame it on the sun. Oh, I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
The hook's supposed to be one, bro. Like,
yeah.
Usually,
it takes you on a new adventure. Yeah.
It's like, oh no, that I wasn't expecting that, and that's what you get, and that's what I mean when I say, like I don't want to say timeless records, but just records that you love. You look back 20 years down the line, it's those kind of things. Yeah. It's not just necessary, especially R&B wise, bro. It's not the songs that we love when everybody talks, I love 90s R&B. The songs ain't straight loops.
Yeah.
Nobody's supposed to be here, bro. That's not a loop.
No, it ain't.
That is a production.
Yeah.
That is a moment in history, bro. And it's like you can make history by doing loops. Like loops are a part of our world. They're a part of our culture, and they're a part of like human psychology of simplicity and just like I just need some music to drive around the block to.
I think
nobody ain't supposed to be here, but I would have. But everybody knows.
I think the only producer that really pulled that off real good is Timberland, like because he had so many different sounds that nobody,
Even still, it's a loop.
Yeah.
The feel don't change, but then he got sounds. He got sounds. Then my brother put me on that. He was like, "Man, you gonna make beats, man. You gotta make beats like that." That's how my older brother was like, "Man, you gotta." Like all that stuff, he's sliding it in, pulling it out, sliding it in, pulling. I'm like, that to me, again, you have a lot of technical producers these days.
Yeah,
so they can do a lot of dope things.
Yeah,
but that feel and that storytelling that you mentioned, that you do get when you throw them hits in there, that tell a story. That means like, oh, we waking up. I was in a bad relationship, now I'm not. Or I was in a bad relationship and it got worse. Boom, 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 boom. It's like, okay, it's not just flat.
Yeah.
It's not just a flat thing. And even Chris Brown, bro. I was listening to Chris Brown records for reference the other day for these records that we're doing, and I was listening to the format and how they build up chord progression and stuff. Like Chris Brown records is just like
yeah.
They hits because he says certain things. He's not very risky.
Yeah. No choices.
He might be a little he don't right. He's not very risky with the choices. He's a good singer.
Yeah.
He's a good singer. He has great writers and great features. But the songs is not like what's the song that he did with Drake? No Guidance.
No Guidance. Yeah, No Guidance.
Can't think of how it's song.
Yeah.
But whatever it is, it's just a very It's like that's it.
Yeah, shout out to Nigel. Shout out to Nigel Charles.
Monster. He was in the studio with my engineer the other day. He was they be work there, bro. They be working like but that's the formula. It's like da 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 next song, da 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 next song, and da 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 put that fly that to the next verse, hit, fly that to the next verse, hit, and it's making these people a lot of money.
Yeah.
But like I say, we just may look back, and this is what I think happens. We look back and we find those, people like you and me, and people that just love music are gonna find the songs that are not made by Chris Brown. You know what I'm saying? The songs that are not made by Drake, the songs that are not made by 21 Savage, the songs that are not made by Travis Scott.
Yeah.
I think those songs are gonna be so valuable in 20 years to the world.
Yeah, it's like
same way we go digging in the crates and people digging the crates. Yeah. Those songs are gonna mean so much because we do not respect them today. They're gonna mean so much, man.
Yeah. And that's some gems right there, that we have to make memorable songs because like we go back, we think of like TLC Creep and all these songs. It's like it takes us back to that moment, and I think a lot of this music these days don't take us back to nothing. They don't take us back to a moment,
I think me and you talked about that one time.
Yeah.
No, me and Jamie. You know Jamie, right?
Jamie.
Jamie.
I think I know. If I saw.
She didn't go to Norfolk State, but she worked at Norfolk State.
Okay.
With the band. So Jamie, I was talking to her, and something that I noticed is when you talk about music that lasts, you know what I'm saying, timeless music, or whatever you consider to be timeless music, because it could be different reasons for different people.
Yeah.
But the culture, I keep talking about the culture, this culture that we speak of, like what is the culture?
Yeah.
Like culture is usually like what, the what you call it, the living conditions, the music, the movies, the art, the television shows, the media, the politics, neighborhood politics, all the way up to international politics. This is all the things that make up culture. Live performances and all these kind of different things. Right now, live is in. But the thing is, everybody can't see live. Everybody don't have access to the live show. So if y'all pack out the live show and I spend $150 for a ticket, which is how much tickets cost, to certain big shows, $150, $100, only I get to have that money. You don't get to have it with me.
Yeah, that's true.
So people always talk about Beyonce. People always talk about Beyonce's live performances, and that's great. But I didn't see it. I wasn't there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like you got to make records.
Yeah, make records.
Because records cost 99 cents. They don't even cost that now. So I feel like the best way to penetrate the culture, you got to make records.
Yeah.
A live show is great. Oh, did you see that live show when he did? Yeah, I know it's great, but my mama didn't see it.
Yeah,
I didn't see it either. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you can't penetrate the culture if you don't make records, man.
Yeah.
That's what we got.
Important.
That's what we was arguing. We was arguing about Beyonce and Rihanna. I was like, yeah, Beyonce, I feel is the queen of the culture, but it's like Rihanna make records, man. I go to the club and I hear, I don't know if you can take it. I hear that at the club.
Yeah.
Right now, we can go to the club today, and that's
I
miss
Rihanna in the game. I ain't gonna lie.
it's records, and then what I mentioned to Jamie was the movies.
Yeah.
Think about the movies that you grew up on. Boomerang. Yeah. What's the other song? The other movie, Menace to Society, Above the Rim.
Yeah.
Even Disney movies like Aladdin with the people Bryson.
Yeah, Regina Bell. Yeah.
Exactly. I love that you know that. So the people Bryson, Regina Bell, like that's part of the culture because we know if you black and you know your stuff, you know it's two versions of that song.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know it's two versions, black version and then it's the movie
version. Yeah.
The movie version, whatever. I don't know who's saying. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know who's saying that.
That's part of our culture, the fact that you know that, bro. So like look at the Above the Rim soundtrack. Back to Daz, he did most of those songs on the Above the Rim soundtrack, which a lot of people in the culture would call one of the best movie soundtracks ever.
Yeah,
Above the Rim is one of the best soundtracks, just musically. And all the songs were in the movie. Yeah. It wasn't like they was just made up songs; they was all in the movie.
Yeah, and I ain't going to talk about Waiting to Exhale soundtrack.
Waiting to Exhale, bro. That's what I'm saying. Waiting to Exhale, Boomerang.
Yeah.
It's a bunch of them, but that is there's like the circle.
Yeah.
Movies, music, television.
Yeah.
Movies, music, television, and then it's like, we watch movies, we watch shows on Netflix, and we consume at such a rapid rate that we don't have time to enjoy. I can show you we don't have time to enjoy it because it's already something next.
Yeah.
Like,
so
that's what
Yeah. So as we close, what's your last producer, fifth producer?
Hold on, I'm gonna say my phone. Let me grab my phone.
Okay.
I just found out about this guy, and I'm glad he gets to be my last producer because I like this dude, man.
Yeah.
Just in my little bit of research on him, I like this guy. I got a couple of them, but my last producer is a dude named. This is for people who don't know. I'm just learning myself. A cat named Monty Booker.
Monty Booker. I heard that name before. I heard that name before.
I don't know if there's a guy named Monty Booker that used to play in the NBA.
Yeah.
He was a decent average player. But this guy's name is Monte Booker. So it might be Monte, it might be Monty. I don't know. I want to say Monty because, like I say, that's the NBA player's name, and that's what I think of. But it's probably Monte.
Okay.
So I'm looking this dude up, and he got a song called "Colors."
Yeah, I just looked him up now.
So you can look at his stuff. Anybody who's watching, because I just got hip, and I went and listened to he got his own EPs and. He did stuff with Dreamville and Ari Lennox, and the Vince Staples song is dope. It's called "Taking Trips." That just came out this year. But it's like you ever listen to Smino?
Smino, that sounds familiar. Smino.
So Smino is a rapper. I think he's from St. Louis. This girl I know, like a friend of mine from high school. She put me on Smino. You know me, I'll be like, I don't want to hear no rappers, dog.
Oh yeah.
I don't want to hear him because again they don't be talking about nothing but Smino is dope.
Yeah, I see it right there. Smino, yep, Nor.
Yeah, it's dope because it's different. And I had listened to Smino like a few months ago when she first put me on. I didn't know anything about Monty Booker, but
Okay.
the sound, bro, it's like it's unorthodox.
Yeah.
It's the feels, it's the broken up chords, and just these sounds that just like a toy box.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Like if you reached in a toy box and just like grabbed everything out and
Yeah.
threw it in the air,
Yeah.
that's like what the music sounds like to me.
Oh, okay.
Or like if
Right.
you reached in a paint, a bunch
Mhm.
of different colors of paint like tie dye, and just threw it, and then threw Smino on it.
Yeah.
That's what his sound is to me. It's just very unique.
Yeah.
And I thought he was a musician. And I watched a video. He said, "I'm not a musician. I don't know nothing about these chords."
Wow.
He's clicking around, but again, you can be a musician without knowing
Yeah.
chords, of
Yeah.
course. So
Yeah.
obviously, something he has something in him to not only be able to make music, but to be able to do it technically, like to
Right.
understand the program
Cool.
and understand how to get his ideas out into the world. So I'm encouraging everybody to listen to Monty Booker,
Yeah. I
listen
gotta
to
check him out too.
solo stuff, to his
Yeah.
solo stuff,
Yeah.
and just listen to the stuff that he's produced. Because I'm about to dive in because it's just unique, man. It's like it's not trap.
Mhm.
Now, it might be influenced by trap, but it's I don't even know what to call it. It's like it's not R&B. It's just like it's just sound.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just sounds. Like I think we got this, and I like people who kind of poke out of what's happening. They poke out because again, it's not a genre.
Yeah.
I'm not
Yeah.
coming into the studio to make R&B. I'm coming
Yeah.
in the studio to make music,
Cool. Yeah.
and it might sound like R&B to you,
Yeah.
but the next song I make might sound like trap to you.
Yeah. That's
'Cause
why
I'm
I
just
like. Yeah. That's why I like people like Flying Lotus and stuff like that. You know, they
and
just use like.
that's some of his
Yeah.
influences for sure.
Yeah. And they use a lot of different sounds, and it creates this collage of music. Like
Good word. Good word.
I didn't mention this producer, but No ID. He's another underrated producer. Like the way he uses samples is like giving a message with the rapper. Like like Jay-Z 444. The way he orchestrated those samples. Like even with the Fuji sample, I forgot the name of the song on that album. La La Land.
That wasn't my favorite album,
Oh
but
yeah,
I
yeah,
the beats were dope. I just didn't
yeah.
like it.
You didn't like that?
I
You
thought
didn't like 444?
I
You
didn't
didn't
like
like
it,
it?
dog.
Okay,
I thought the
okay.
beats were good, but it was just like
Yeah,
I really wanted more. I think they worked well together.
yeah,
Jay and No ID made something
yeah,
that means something.
yeah, yeah,
But I just didn't like it. Like 20 years from now, we're gonna probably still be talking about 444 because I think it meant something to
yeah,
the world.
yeah,
But I wasn't feeling it. But go ahead
yeah.
anyway. Forget what I
Yeah,
was saying.
but I think No ID got a different way of sampling, like the way he put the samples together to create a message instead of
Yes.
just sampling. Instead of just taking the music, he takes like the vocals and everything from the sample and create a
Right.
new thought. With the sample. So
Yeah. But
yeah,
that comes with. I think those kind of things come with your relationship with the artist.
yeah, yeah,
How free? How much freedom do you have to create?
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? How much freedom do you have? How well do you know artists?
yeah,
Think about it. If the artist is your brother, if the artist is your brother, then you can say like, okay, bro, when we go back like this, we can do. I know what you like. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
I can tap into your song. I can tap into our childhood. So
yeah,
Jay and No ID have a relationship,
yeah,
and you sit down and I'm sure they had a conversation about okay, well, this is what I want to do. This is what I'm going through in life. This is what I'm reading. This is this is blah 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 blah. So No
hmm,
ID as a seasoned musical producer and veteran, he can say like, all right, I'm about to sample this. You know what I'm saying? What
hmm.
was that? It's one song that I really love. Don't, 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 don't.
It's on 444.
Yeah, it's on 444. With the vocals. I can't think of.
Oh, you talking about? Family. Yeah, family. With the Clock Sister sample.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
yeah.
My word.
Yeah, Clock Sister. Yeah,
Like I
with
said, I just think
Beyonce.
like
Yeah, with the harmonies, the Beyonce harmonies and stuff. Yeah.
samples, man, it's just like you say, they connect. They mean something.
Mhm.
So No ID is definitely good for that. Ninth Wonder is good for like
Yeah. Yeah.
musical sample storytelling.
Yeah. I had him on my list too. It's night one. Yeah. Yeah. So.
He's underappreciated, I think,
Yeah.
for his
Yeah.
work outside of rap.
Yeah. So
You
yeah,
know,
this been a pretty good talk.
man,
I know. I know. Yeah, I know we can have part 2 or part 3.
man,
But
sure,
yeah. Yeah.
that's rap.
So yes, appreciate you being on the show. And what's the updates for you as far as your production and stuff like that, and how people can how people can contact you as well.
All right, so right now, me, my team, my production partner, starting five, all of that. We have a horn kit pack sample pack that's coming out on Saturday.
Cool.
So I'm actually gonna post that. I'm gonna post that in a minute. Like
Okay.
just
Yeah, I'm
so
gonna
you know,
check.
so you, yeah,
Yeah, I gotta get
I'm gonna
that.
shoot that to you. So
Yeah.
we did a horn sample pack. It's 10 horns, and we also have some other little goodies that will be packaged with it for the people
Cool.
who get it early, and that's coming out on Saturday 10/23.
Mm,
On Instagram, I'm JB Makes Jams. JB Makes
cool.
Jams, just spelled just like that. And you can also follow Starting Five, no G, WBM on IG, just to see kind of what everybody's working on, what's coming out. But the horn kit is like kind of the priority, and
Yeah.
it's coming out. It's ready to drop, man. So
Yeah.
all the producers that's been looking for some horns that don't sound like they came out of a keyboard. No offense to those that do, because I mean keyboard horns is fire too, some of them. But if
Yeah.
you want some real horns that we got musicians and that we played ourselves, we played on every one of them.
Mhm.
Then
Yeah.
please don't hesitate to tap in with that. Purchase, you know,
Cool.
use in your work,
Yeah.
and use our work for your work.
Yeah, and that's the new thing. A lot of producers should, invest in making sound packs, because
Sure.
that's where it's going now. Producers have to be
Yeah, take that
entrepreneurs. They have to be entrepreneurs as well. So
Yep.
that's so check out Starting Five, their sound pack,
It's
and
called goat horns. I didn't even say what it's called. It's called goat horns.
Goat Horns. That's a good
Goat
name too.
horns. It's,
Okay.
I'm gonna drop the cover on Facebook right when we get off.
Okay. Cool. So appreciate you again, taking time out of
Thank
your
you,
busy
bro.
schedule, to be
Thank
on
you.
this show. And hope we
Congratulations on you got 700 subscribers, right?
oh yeah, 7. Well, I'm almost at 800 now, so
You almost at 800, so
almost at
congratulations,
100.
man. Getting
Yeah.
10 is hard. So if you got
Yeah.
700, that means somebody's paying attention. That
Yeah.
means you're consistent. That means you're doing something that you got some purpose in.
Yeah.
So from a friend and from a man, a black man, I always be telling people, man, we need more black men on YouTube. So
Yeah.
black man to black man, I'm proud of you, bro.
Appreciate
And
it.
let's do it again. Let's do it forever, man.
Yeah, and I'm also proud of y'all too. Y'all doing, getting sync placements and stuff like that.
Man, thank
Appreciate
you.
it.
That's
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
another thing that's happening. So
Yeah.
Showtime, we got a Showtime in the Shy, and we got another
Yeah.
one. We got two in the Shy, and then we got
Cool.
one in a show called the Twenties.
Okay. I got
I
you.
don't know what the Twenties is, but
Okay.
it's a show that's about to come out on BET, if I'm not mistaken. I don't
Okay.
think the show
Cool.
is out yet, so maybe I
Cool.
wouldn't say that, but we
Yeah. Yeah, and I'll tell Sterling. I said, "What's up?" I know
Man,
y'all
will
be
do.
working hard. Yeah.
Yes,
So
sir, man. Thank you.
yeah. So I hope you have a blessed night, and keep going. Continue to be blessed with
Yes, sir.
what you're doing. All right.
Yes, sir.
Have a
I'll
blessed
holler
night.
at
All right.
you. Peace, man.
All right. Peace. Peace. All right.